Many people believe that avoiding risks equates to staying safe. Yet this mindset often leads to stagnation and dissatisfaction. The truth is, many a false step is made by standing still. Life rewards action, not hesitation. You can't steer a stationary ship, and sometimes the only way forward is to move, even if the path is uncertain. Imagine the exhaustion of realizing you might be stuck doing the same thing for 40 or 45 years. For some, this thought alone is paralyzing. There's no clear escape, no roadmap for change, and the monotony becomes a prison. One man found himself in this exact situation. He had spent countless nights sleeping under his desk to finish yet another soul-crushing project. On one such morning, after waking up stiff and drained, he made himself a vow. 2 more times, and I'm done. True to his word, strike number 3 came, and he walked away for good. His departure wasn't the reckless leap it seemed. He had carefully considered the risks, and to his surprise, they weren't as terrifying as he had imagined. He booked a flight to Brazil, where life unfolded in a way he never thought possible. Amid the vibrant rhythm of Rio de Janeiro, he met Tatiana, a captivating carioca whose caramel skin seemed kissed by the sun. Together, they soaked in the serenity of palm-lined beaches and indulged in life's pleasures, far removed from the relentless grind of his old life. It wasn't long before he realized something profound. What he had feared most, change, wasn't scary at all. In fact, it was liberating. He began to see that the life he had clung to wasn't life at all. It was survival. Today, as he teaches surfing to stressed-out professionals, he hears their longing confessions. God, I wish I could do what you do. His response is simple and unwavering. You can. Action may not always bring happiness, but happiness rarely comes without action. Taking the first step often feels daunting, but remaining stuck guarantees that nothing will improve. The man's story reminds us that the worst-case scenario we imagine is rarely as bad as we think. Often, it's not the reality of risks that holds us back, but the fear of the unknown. I once felt trapped in my own version of this story. My business had hit a wall. The frustration consumed me. Why can't I make this work? What's wrong with me? I berated myself, questioning my abilities and my worth. But the truth was, nothing was wrong with me. I hadn't hit my personal limit. I had hit the limit of my approach. My problem wasn't me. It was the vehicle I was driving. Realizing this was transformative, I stopped blaming myself and started reevaluating my strategies. Instead of feeling defeated, I reframed the situation as a puzzle to solve. What if I thought I clearly defined my worst nightmare, the absolute worst thing that could happen if I pursued a different path? By identifying and confronting my fears head-on, I stripped them of their power. This exercise proved invaluable. It turned out that my worst-case scenario wasn't as catastrophic as it felt in my imagination. Even if I failed spectacularly, I could recover. That clarity gave me the courage to act. And once I acted, everything changed. Standing still feels safe, but inaction is often the riskiest choice of all. Life is unpredictable, and nothing is guaranteed. Waiting for the perfect moment to make a move, or waiting for circumstances to improve on their own, is a recipe for regret. The stars won't align, and no one will hand you the ideal opportunity. You have to create it yourself. When the man in Brazil made his leap, he wasn't reckless. He was bold. He recognized that the life he wanted wouldn't come to him. He had to go after it. And so he did. He didn't have all the answers, but he didn't need them. What he had was a willingness to try, to adapt, and to learn. His story isn't unique because of its glamour. It's remarkable because it's achievable. Anyone can take a similar path if they're willing to embrace uncertainty and trust in their ability to navigate challenges. We often overestimate the consequences of failure and underestimate our capacity to recover. Yet, failure isn't the end. It's a step along the journey. Action breeds clarity. When you move forward, even if it's in the wrong direction, you gain experience and insight that help you adjust your course. Think of life as an experiment. Not every attempt will succeed, but each one will teach you something valuable. Success isn't about never making mistakes. It's about learning and growing from them. This mindset frees you from the paralysis of perfectionism and allows you to take risks with confidence. For those standing on the edge of change, uncertain whether to leap, remember this: the scariest risks are often the most rewarding. The man who left his corporate job didn't just gain freedom. He rediscovered joy. He traded monotony for adventure, stress for passion, and fear for fulfillment. Action is a powerful antidote to fear. It shifts your focus from what might go wrong to what could go right. It breaks the cycle of overthinking and creates momentum. Each step forward, no matter how small, builds confidence and opens doors to new possibilities. Ultimately, the man's journey isn't about surfing or sipping cocktails under palm trees. It's about taking control of his life and living with intention. It's about realizing that the things we fear most are often illusions, and the only way to dispel them is to act. So, if you find yourself stuck, unsure of what to do next, ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? Define your nightmare, confront it, and then take a step, any step, toward the life you want. You might stumble, but you'll also move forward. And that's what matters. Life isn't about avoiding failure. It's about learning, growing, and thriving. Stop standing still. Take the leap. You'll be amazed at what's on the other side.